and welcome to episode 10 of the MD Quilter Knits podcast. I'm Beth, and I'm going to be your host today. I'm coming to you from the rainy, gloomy Eastern Shore of Maryland, where I have been now working from home for an entire month. That's really scary, but it's nice to, still have a job in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, I've gotten a lot of knitting done. Since I don't have a commute anymore, I have picked up an extra hour and a half or so of knitting time each day. So I can get lots of things accomplished. Sadly, I only have one finished object. I do not have it with me because I have already sent it back to its owner. It is a sample that I knit for Magpie Fibers. And then I have been on a cast on bonanza. I've also worked on a couple of whips. So without further ado, let's get started. Once again, I said my name is Beth. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as MD Quilter. And we have a Ravelry group for this podcast called MD Quilter Knits Podcast. So, so let's get started with my finished object. My finished object, I will post a photo. I'll pop a photo in here. And it is the Ori Alice sweater, and that was designed by Jennifer Steingass, who is Knit Love Wool on Ravelry and Instagram. And it's a colorwork yoke sweater knit with Magpie Swanky DK yarn. The main color was Don't You Want Me? That's the kind of purpley color. And then the colorwork color is called Magpie. And that is the signature color based on the logo that Magpie uses on their skeins and all of their other advertising. So, this was a fun knit. It only took me about a week to knit it. I did a cropped short sleeve version as requested, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And Damie and the Magpie Gals were happy with it as well. So that's what matters. I have not received my next sample kit yet, but it will be coming to me soon. And I look forward to casting on something else for Damie and Magpie Fibers. What I've been working on. I have a plethora of bags in front of me. So we'll just kind of go by them one by one. We'll start with my whips. Things that you've already seen cast on, that I've pulled out of a little bit of hibernation. I am still steadily working on my Velocore. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry. Whoops. And I have split right here at the armhole for the front and the back. This is where I was the last time I podcast. Or the last time you saw this on the podcast. And this is where I am now. I need to have, I think, 11 inches from here to here before I move back to, or before I start any sort of neck shaping. So it's moving right along. Get you a little closer. The yarn that I'm using is by Queensland. I think I have a full skein in here, yeah. This is Queensland. It's the United base. And this is a 55% lamb's wool, 45% cotton blend. Has a wonderful hand and drape to it. And this is a super fun pattern. Yeah, so that's my Velocore. hopefully I will have this finished to wear this summer. My original goal was to have it done for Maryland Sheep and Wool. Maryland Sheep and Wool has been canceled. That is scheduled for next weekend, or was scheduled for next weekend. But yeah, so it's living in my Dirty Dancing Fates thread bag. All those fun Dirty Dancing scenes. One of my favorite movies. All right, one whip down. I also pulled back out my hibernation throw, or habitation throw. Habitation. I'm in hibernation. All right, habitation throw. Here we go. So I have hit the midway point. So this is where I started. Hit all of these colors to that midway point. And I'm now working on the decrease section. The last time you saw this, I was right here. I had turned the corner, but I had not finished. Or, you know, I had not gotten very far. My turning point is actually right here. So I'd only done a couple of stripes. So yeah. So we're moving right along on that. This is using my Advent kit from 2019 from Goosey Fibers. I absolutely love it. It's a it was a wizarding theme, so all of the colorways were different spells. So it was a lot of fun, and it's living in my Plystra project bag in the redwood colorway. It has a nice long crossbody strap, and then a drawstring closure. Yeah. All right, now everything else that I'm working on. I'm also still working on the sample that I'm knitting for my local yarn shop, Knits and Pieces. It is kind of a secret pattern, so I'm not going to show it, but I am very close to finishing it. It was originally designed for local yarn shop day, which was yesterday, but since we are all in quarantine and the local yarn shops can't be open for business coming in and out, they have postponed local yarn shop day to later in the year. But I think we're Karen, the owner, is going to use this for the I believe it's the 3rd anniversary of the shop, maybe the 4th. I can't remember. Ooh, isn't that awful? But the anniversary is coming up towards the end of May. And I only have 2 more sections to knit on this sample, and then I'll be finished. So once that pattern goes public, I think she's going to do some kits. I will post about it on my Instagram, and I'll show a finished shot here. All right. Also, I am working on my Desert Vista Dye Works April socks. The colorway that I'm using is called On Wednesday. I've showed this before on the podcast. Lots of pinks and some purple and gray. Love this color, and I have finished my first tube. Look at that. Yay! Look at those pinks. Those pinks and then the purple and the gray. Just beautiful, beautiful coloring. The pattern that I'm using is by the Crazy Sock Lady, Kay Litton, and it's called Heel Toe Do-Si Do. I have a tube. This is just stockinette on the back. I will cut in an afterthought heel after I finish the second tube. I have not started the second sock because I literally bound this off about 20 minutes before I started recording. So I will be casting on that second sock and finishing it up this week, and then popping the heels in, and I should be done before the end of the month. So I have, I think, 4 days. That'll work. I can do it. So yeah, Heel Toe Do-Si Do in Desert Vista Dye Works on Wednesday colorway. This is living in, as always, my BA bag by Hohe & Co., which is owned by Hohe Locatelli. I am using this for all of my Desert Vista Dye Works socks, monthly sock challenge socks. And this is the original like honey gold color from her first update. It's very nicely worn, and it just breaks in beautifully. All right, so let's put that away. And then we will move on to another test knit. This is a test knit that I'm doing for Kate Oats. It is called, I'm going to butcher this name because I am not good with French. La Sororité, I believe, is the colorway. What is it with me? Or the pattern, what is it with me and French named patterns? But yeah, this is the beginning of it. It is a bottom-up sweater. It's a nice oversized short sleeve top. I'm knitting it also in United, the Queensland United. And this color is called Amber. And this is the my main color. My first contrasting color is Denim. My second contrasting color is called Silver Gray. My third contrasting color is Dove. And what will happen is there will be 5 stripes of denim, and then 5 stripes of the silver gray, and then 6 stripes of the dove. And this is a beautiful V-neck sweater with a nice lace chevron pattern. And yeah, I just started this. I started this earlier this week. Sorry about that. My husband decided he was going to pop in to talk to me. Yeah, I started this earlier this week, maybe last week. I can't remember which. I haven't put a lot of work into it, but I am happy with it. It's going pretty quickly. It is living in my Tanny Casey beach bag. So that's a nice fun bag that she did with the waxed canvas bottom, heavier canvas on the top, and of course her signature grommet pocket with her label. All right. Next project that I'm working on is also it's one of my pro knits. It is a sample for Tristan of Dragon Hoard Yarn. And I am using her BFL Aran base. This is the Highland colorway. It's beautiful, beautiful color. And I am knitting the Nurtured sweater for her. This sweater starts with the sleeves. So the sleeves have been cast on. Please excuse my nails. They look like flippin' talons right now. I have not been to, I have not had my nails done in I think 5 weeks now. It's really scary. All right, so this fun slip stitch honeycomb-ish pattern by Andrea Mowry. These are the sleeves. I'm doing them 2 at a time, magic loop. And yeah, I'm about 1/3 of the way through my decreases. So yeah, they're going pretty quick. I just started those last night. This is living in my Eden bag by Pink Hazel. This is a fabulous, fabulous shoulder strap bag. And nice pink and gray stripes, or pink and taupe stripes with a gray bottom. I love this bag. So much fun. All right, and then my last project I just cast on Friday. We have another knit along happening at Knits and Pieces. This is a virtual, we're doing it virtually. We have Zoom meetings for Wine Wednesday and also for the knit along on Friday nights. And I am using Scout in the Sunflower colorway, as well as Feederbrook Farms, which is a local yarn dyer, and this is their C-Cell, BFL and C-Cell yarn, and this is a hand spun looking but commercially spun yarn, and it does a gradient pattern. Using it together with this from Scout. And we are knitting Fever Dreams, which is a shawl pattern. It's an asymmetric shawl pattern. I will pop a picture of what it will look like finished. We're on the small dot section right now. It's designed to just look like little pops coming through there. I'm at the very, very beginning. So, yeah, lots of fun. And it is living in my Hide and Hammer 03 bag. This was my first Hide and Hammer bag. This is the buckle. And I have my MD Quilter personalization on the handle. I'm just using it as like a yarn bowl right now because I'm not going anywhere. So I don't need to travel with it, so I don't need to close it up. It just gets to live right here in the yarn room when I'm working on it. Yeah. All right, so that's it for works in progress. Next up, acquisitions. It's been fun. First off, last podcast, I forgot to show my order from Chelsea Yarns, Chelsea Luxe. I got myself a sweater quantity of cobblestone base. So there is the yarn. This is the rose gold colorway from Chelsea Luxe. There's information about the yarn. So cobblestone is 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. It has these lovely slubbies here. I am going to knit, I can't remember what it's called, but it's by Megan Reagan, who is Bad Wolf Girl Knits, and it's her, I think, Simple Cozy Sweater, I believe it's called. It's a nice, simple, boxy sweater. I'll pop a picture in of the design as well as what the actual pattern name is. Professional podcaster here. Aren't I great? But yeah, so look at that, just fun yarn. Yeah, so I think that will be fun one day when I get to it, when I get around to it. Also, I received my April Rising Tide Fibers Cabana Club, which is called A Place in the Clouds. I forgot to look up the inspiration song and artist. Once again, her Cabana Club. The theme this year is 90s women of country. So I will look it up and I'll post it on the bottom of the screen because I just can't remember off the top of my head. But look at that pretty blue with those speckles of yellowy orange and like a rusty color. Very nice. And then I placed an order with Be Kind Yarn. Be Kind Yarn is Jenny, and she is a dyer, of course. Imagine that. She does this really cute thing where she puts all of her business cards on seed paper. Look at that. So you can plant the business card and have flowers come up. Isn't that great? She also wraps all of her yarn, her packages, in this cute bee tissue paper. This little bee, thank you. He's so cute. I love those cute little touches like that. But I met her through the F This Knit podcast Discord group. I'm one of their patrons. And she came up with a couple of F This Knit colorways. This one's called F That. This is her science fiction base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. This is my preferred base for fingering weight, anything. And this one's called F It. And we all know what the F stands for. There you go with the colorway. So yeah, a couple of cute yarns. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. It'll be something special, of course. And then I also won a giveaway from Rick at Whimsy Stitches. He was giving away his one of his Texas Bluebonnet kits. So I won the yarns, which is, this is the Texas Bluebonnets colorway on his standard sock, which is 75-25 superwash merino nylon, and then chartreuse for the mini skein for heels and toes. Love it. And one of his small zippered bags. This is a great sock size. Look at those flowers in the boots. So cute. And as always, he included a little progress keeper. This one is a little bead that's rainbow. Yeah. That nice little giveaway here. But he also included a mask that he handmade. Wasn't that nice? So nice. Yeah. Very nice, very comfortable. I've worn it. Very helpful. Yeah, so thank you so much, Rick. I was so happy to have been the winner. I met Rick several years ago at SAFF, which is the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, and that's held in Asheville in October every year. So yeah, I got to meet him when I went down to visit, I think 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I can't remember. The time is just fleeting by. But yeah, so got to meet him and go down there. So yeah, that was fun. So moving on, the other thing that I have purchased is I purchased this cute bag from A Single Strand. Has a nice like heavy duck cloth canvas bottom and this cute, she calls it Dreamsicle Hugga. Yeah. And then the interior is this nice light polka dot. And that's from A Single Strand. And also she included with every purchase a mask. So I have a mask that's kind of matching to my bag. Love it. All right. Oh, also when I placed my Chelsea order, I bought some rose gold metallic Chelsea yarn themed stitch markers from Katrinkles. So that is what I have acquired over the last couple weeks. The other thing that I have going on, I'm going to be doing a test knit for Jamie Hoffman of Knitosophy. She did the beautiful butterfly sweater called Swallowtail. She's also done several other sweaters. But she just announced the DK version of her Scrappy V-back tee. So I'm going to be doing that. She provided yarn support for me, and I have that yarn coming from Goosey Fibers. Can't wait for that to arrive. That's going to be just beautiful. Nice DK fade there. And then I have my other Magpie sample coming at some point. No rush. I have plenty to keep me busy, that's for sure. Yeah, so I did, you might have seen on Instagram, I did start my Dexter binge. I am 5 episodes in and 5 squares on my Scrappy Yarn Blanket in for the Knit Binge Cowl. That's the cowl. Hashtag Knit Binge Cowl. Yeah, so, and I'm still doing my best to shop the stash first before doing new projects. But some of these things, I didn't have that opportunity for the knit along with the shop. I absolutely wanted to support the shop. I did have the Scout yarn in my stash already, so I only purchased the Feederbrook Farm yarn. So I did shop the stash first there. Yeah, so just keeping it going. You know, it's been very interesting new way of life now. I'm doing a lot more cooking at home. You know, we have a Pampered Chef quick cooker, which is basically the Pampered Chef version of the Instapot. I have a bunch of eggs in my refrigerator, so I boiled eggs in the quick cooker, and they came out fantastic. Made a great egg salad sandwich that I actually toasted the bread. It was thick sourdough bread that I got from one of the restaurants that does grocery delivery, and it doesn't fit in my toaster, so I toasted it in my air fryer. I have a Ninja Foodie Pro air fryer grill thing. So yeah, I'll actually pop a picture of my egg salad sandwich with bread toasted in the air fryer right up here. That was fun this week to do. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like learning how to survive with not eating out all the time. I am definitely one that I was definitely liked eating out a lot. But yeah, it's kind of nice to eat in now. Yeah, so that's about it. That's what's going on. Oh, I have fallen in love with the Great British Baking Show. I am almost through all of the seasons that are on Netflix. Really, really super enjoying it. But of course, it makes me want to make my own bread now. Luckily, I have no yeast or flour in the house in order to do that, or I would probably make bread and then I would eat the bread, and that just, I don't need that. I don't need to snack on any more than I'm already snacking on. I also, what else did I watch? Oh, I watched all of Ozark. Fabulous show. Can't wait for the next season. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Watching TV shows, knitting, and of course during the week I'm still working full-time, but I'm working from my house. So yeah, what are you guys doing to keep busy, keep sane through all of this? I hope everybody's staying safe, and come back in a couple weeks to see what MD Quilter knits next. Bye-bye.